Hello, friends. Wait. Hello, friends. Today we are going to be playing Tabletop Simulator, in which I'm going to be making some maps. So I have an upcoming game. Starting next Friday, a week from today, I am going to be running a Pathfinder game in which some very cool people are going to be joining us. The delightful Kobold Sprig, the always wonderful Magus Serling, a new friend that I made, the Great Dictator, who you might know from some of their SFM projects, and the returning polearm guy, Bill Guasarme, who's a good friend of the channel, who's been here for a hot minute, and Salazia Greenwood, a friend of Sprig's, who I've met and I think is pretty cool. And this is going to be, well, a campaign. I already have this map here, which is not supposed to be entirely accurate, but an artist's representation based on rumors and stories of the surrounding area. But my goal for today is, in fact, to make actual maps of places that the people are going to be going to. For example, I can show you some of the stuff that I've already done. So, I firmly believe that 3D is just more fun to look at, right? I'm fine with Roll20. I think Roll20 is a great program, but to be blunt, it's not as engaging to look at. Especially for my ADHD brain. I look at Roll20, and after a couple hours, my eyes start to glaze over. And I just stop paying attention to it as much as I ought to be. At least paying attention to the maps, right? Like, it just doesn't hold my visual interest, which is why we're going to be running this in Tabletop Simulator. This means there's going to be a little bit more difficulty since people aren't going to have the full automation of their character sheets, but the trade-off being that the maps are going to be a lot more engaging to experience, to look at. We'll be able to pan and do camera angles. And players will be able to move a model as opposed to a simple token around the map. I made this one a while back. The idea of this map is a little more difficult but more immersive and interactive. Exactly. That's exactly the goal. The goal is that it's more engaging to the viewer, A, because it is going to be streamed, it is going to be presented to the world, but also just to me. I'm going to personally have more fun and be more engaged in a map that is something that I feel immersed in, right? It's about immersion, right? Do you need immersion to do an RPG? No, of course not. Does it help? Sometimes it really does. Well, right here, we have a blacksmith shop. I have this skeleton owlbear because part of the lore of this particular place is that they raise up necromantic skeletons to do a lot of manual labor. So this is an owlbear that is just working the forge. You have an anvil. I added some weapons cases over here as display cases. I couldn't really find a good quenching trough, so I added some of this stuff here with these tables and buckets. Nice little armor stand. And then the inside of the shop, we have an interesting little bone altar, but this person's known to be a necromancer, so it doesn't seem out of place. And we have the Kenku Smith. I used a baker model because I felt like this sort of looked like it was carrying some metal ingots around, right? I felt like it was going to work. It's a baker. It's holding bread, but it kind of fit the vibe I was going for, you know, little laid back, little casual worker. And then, so I made this entire map for a previous campaign. I'm going to be making some maps for this upcoming campaign today, but I wanted to show you something that I've already done sort of to spark that. And these are the old player characters that were in that game. The game actually was played to completion. The campaign was actually played to completion, something I'm quite proud of, in fact. So. First of all, the town that the party is going to be landing in eventually is called Lanfell. The name just being it's called Landfall, but it's intentionally pronounced, spelled awkwardly because that's how towns tend to be. So it's Landfall. It's the landfall town. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making the players actually decide what many of these buildings are. I'm just going to put these in... I'm going to put them in the ocean because that's a pretty clear indicator there. And most of these are just going to be player-determined what these buildings are going to be. It's going to be collaborative world building. They're going to land here, and I'm going to say, hey you guys, hey. What is in this place? I want you to, each of the players, to pick a building and tell me what the building is and what it's used for and what value it provides for the town. What is this, right? What is this place? What is this place and what's important to the inhabitants? I guess the fruit cart can stay. We'll move this mess hall, and that's what most of these things are right here. Things that other people have added in my last campaign. I believe strongly in collaborative world building. I feel like that it encourages the players to think about the world and to become engaged in it. You know? I do think I will keep the mayor's office. Yeah, the mayor's office has to stay. That's a critical building. That's a critical plot building. This goods cart, I can have the players determine what that means. And actually make a couple of NPCs to go with them. I'll ask them to place the fruit cart out and then decide who runs it and tell me about the person that... Yeah, just tell me about the person that owns that place. And I think this little out camp is still valid. I can even see the small house there. Oh yeah, there's Kips. That doesn't exist on anything. So the players, again, will make that choice. We'll make that decision of what that means. So what am I doing now? I'm setting up the world so that when the players get here, they can, well, they can help me, basically. Alright, so that's set up there. Perfect. We'll leave the little out camp here. We'll nuke the gazebo. And the blacksmith can go too. Put the forge in here. I'm stripping the names from most of these so the players can decide what they are named, which leaves us with a forested backing. Should probably put some tree stumps around here. The bush can stay. So all that exists right here is going to be a couple of carts, this house here, these tents, and then everything else the players will decide. And we'll go around in initiative order and have the players pick one building, place it on the map, and then tell me about the building, who lives there, and what role it serves in the world. What role it serves for the town. And we'll do that for every single building here. That way the players will know what all the buildings are, not because of exposition, not because of me saying this is the blacksmith, but because the players made the blacksmith. And I can do things like say, hey, name the blacksmith. Who is the blacksmith? Tell me about the blacksmith. And they can provide, that bit of lore, and then the players are invested in the character, right? Are the players going to be invested in the character if I don't do this? Honestly, yeah, I hope so. Probably. But this level of engagement encourages the players to become more directly a part of it. We'll remove the palisades. This is something that the last time I ran the campaign, the players insisted that the town build. We'll keep the axe stump. We'll keep a well. The well could actually probably go inside a town. Pardon me. Actually, we'll put the well. Well wouldn't be that close to the shore, actually. No, the well needs to be farther away. And you know what? That's actually a good place for a well. The well can't be inside the town. Pardon me. I'm gonna grab a tissue. There, we need one. Could I have muted myself for that? Yes, I could have, but I didn't, and we're all gonna have to live with that decision. Okay, so this is going to be Lonfell for this campaign. Oh, yeah, right, this device was on top of... We put this device on top of the tower here, the lighthouse tower, because it was a wizard's tower, so the tower went up to here and had this fancy thing on top to denote it as being the wizard's tower. I'll set it on top of this. Let me just let that fall. Pick it up. Wow, that's not wanting to stay straight. Well, understandable. The crates will stay on the dock. The docks are good. And then the players will be able to determine what all these mean. Cool. This is all I needed to do to update this. So let's save this as Lonfell. Where's Lonfell? Lonfell. Cancel. Save game. Lonfell. Oh, it made a separate instance. Yeah, it's not okay, actually. Save game, this is... Lonfell New World. If you would like the pitch, I will give you all the pitch, because I'm proud of the pitch. It's a good pitch. Put it up now. A new world has been found. How? Yes, this is the voice. A new world has been found across the ocean. In the center of the ocean, there's a giant anti-magic cloud that has blocked all scrying or teleportation attempts. The scholars call it a Rift Nebula, but the scholars say it's just a big, shimmering pink fog bank. Well, for most of history, it was assumed there was nothing beyond the seas, since scrying showed nothing. But one adventurer decided to make their way past it and stumbled into an entire new continent, full of opportunity. A homesteading effort was begun, setting up a small town along the coast. They keep a friendly trade with the native Ripley, and send back strange trade goods. Unfortunately, they are in need of adventurers. The elven magnates that have been funding this endeavor have sent out a handful of invites to adventuring parties. Your party has received one of these invitations to go to the new land, being tasked with helping in the basic adventuring necessary to keep the people and trade safe. Ah, but words like that could be written by an elf, and you can already see secrets hidden between those words. They've invited you to a dinner at the largest establishment in the Elven Quarter to discuss the terms, and as a group, you have decided to hear them out. That's the plot. That's the plot hook. Alright, so we have Lonfell New World. What else do I need here? I need a couple... So I have the blacksmith if it comes up. I also have the finale, which I can't show you, in case any other ones watch. You know what? I can probably show it to you, but I'm not gonna. So, deal with it. The most important thing I need to build today is a boat. I need a boat. I need a boat. A boat is critical to the plot, and there's going to be multiple environments and encounters on said boat. But first, let's load up a restaurant. I should just save these all into a new folder. That'd be smart. Oh well. Um, so here's what I have so far for the restaurant. Honestly, I could just leave it like this. I'm pretty happy with it. It's just a simple restaurant. The giant, intentionally rough-cut pillar in the center. Some nice ornamentation, some pretty statues, which I've all placed these manually. And the party will be here, meeting with... Actually, these people will not be arriving when the party does. So I should put this behind the GM's segment. But this is going to be a second adventuring team that has joined in that is also going to be going. So they're sending 2 adventuring teams, and my goal, my hope, is that this ends up being a friendly rivalry. The first adventuring team and the second adventuring team, both showing up and both trying to one-up each other in a friendly rivalry. This one consists of... I don't have a good Scottish accent, and I wouldn't want to try to make a bad one. But it'll consist of Marcus the dwarf, who is rowdy and excitable, but very heartfelt and loving. They are a kind soul who looks out for their family and all of it. Yeah, for their family and team.
You have Maria. Maria is a mouse thing, and she's a very... Well, she's a cleric. She likes to help people and heal them. I don't love this voice. I'll have to... No, I could just go falsetto. But you know what? I think for Maria, I could do falsetto. What do you think? Should I do a falsetto voice for Maria? It might work. Well, maybe falsetto with a little bit more forward placement. Or I could just do something more light and tender like this. That might be a little bit more fun, more reasonable to maintain. I don't know. I'll have to decide that. And then I have Angelica. And... Angelia. No, it's not Angelica, it's Angelia. Who is their elf sorceress, Wizard or sorceress? I'll decide that later. Is the elf wizard who is a part of this team here. A little bit haughty, but not because of any... A little bit haughty, but for a good reason.
And then there's Dogfish. Dogfish is actually a half-orc rogue, and they are very good at their job.
Who's this? I have no memory of this character. Okay.
Dogfish is an exceptionally skilled rogue.
You have a soft spot for anybody named Maria? Fair. She's a delight. She's going to be a delightful character.
I think I'll go with a higher pitch. Here. Yeah, I think I'll go with a little bit of a higher pitch here. And a little bit of nasality to lighten it. And she's a mousy mouse.
I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Do I need anything else in this restaurant? Would anything else make the restaurant flourish? I should work on the most important thing. So then in here I have a bag of effects. You already saw one of these, but I can just drop a little steam asset that creates smoke. And I could hide it like under a table or something. If I wanted to have a little smoke fog, I have... Sure. That one's broken. Okay, fun. Little lightning effect, which frankly, I don't need for anything currently, but will be very useful in the future. It's still sizzling. You don't need a sizzler when I put you away. I have a dust cloud, which I use mostly as a volumetric fog. I use this as a fog tool for some maps. I have some... I already did the steam. I have some sparks and smoke. Which needs to be on top of something to really flourish. Really should do more... Can I flip this? No, it doesn't flip. Okay, so it just generates it. A light rainfall? Where's my rainfall? Why didn't it work? Alright, light rainfall's broken. Does snow still work? Kinda, yeah, snow works. It's gold at the moment. No, there it goes. Okay, yeah, snowfall works. That's good to see. So I got my little asset drops here. And then I also have props and buildings. And I have several of these. And several of them that are broken, too. Many of these are just imported files to this, that this came with, many of which are broken, but several of which aren't. If I need to add any hills or whatnot, I could just, do this. And then, bam, hill, done, solved. Buildings, whatnot. Is there anything else in here that would fit the... I think, I'm just going to call the restaurant done and start working on what I need to do. And that is... Where's the Colton table? Hello? There we go. Load. Alright, so this one comes with a map that I'm not using. And what I did before is I just placed on the map, on this map section. Why is that there? Why is that there? Why is that there? Give me an erase tool. Why is this? Whatever, I guess I'll stay there. This was made by somebody else for their campaign. And, well, I love it. This is how I like to run my campaigns. It does actually have a reference sheet here. Though, were you playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, so that's going to be useless. But the board comes with a nice tracker here for initiatives. Don't need these spell blocks. Extra dice if anybody needs. And all of the individual locations here have a dice strip. So you can just take this and just go, I need to roll 2d6. 1, 2. Bam. I love this mechanic. I love this table. It's a delight. Okay, so what am I doing now? I am going to here and I'm going to grab this riverboat. Riverboat encounter. And additive load. Is this the one I was going to add? Let me go back. Okay, let me save this as a stock table. And then load in... I had 2 boats that I was going to decide which one I was going to work with. Actually, I had 3 boats. I had several boats I was going to work with. I'm going to see about which one I think is going to be best. So this one here is already split up. And has the different decks, which I do like. It is very bright. That's not a bad thing. It's a very bright boat. And has that vibrance. It is definitely a warship, though, right? This is undeniably a warship. Especially with all these portholes. The lore of the ship is actually supposed to be that it was used as a warship during a previous war, but now is just the sturdiest vessel for crossing the sea and for a long voyage, because it's been able to handle everything that it was put up against. I love this water. Oh, wait. Can I actually take this water with me? Can I save object on this water? Looks like I can. Okay. So if I go to Object, Saved Objects, Water Texture. Yeah, I can add water texture. It looks like I have to do that first, otherwise it'll overlap with things. How do I cancel that? Good, cool. Delete these for now. Cool, awesome. That's actually phenomenal. I love that. I love that for me. So, I was thinking about... Alright, there's a lantern there that is broken. So I was thinking about using this, because it's a merchant galleon. And the nice thing about this is it already has state toggles. In addition to having nice berths and everything... What are you? What are you? There's another oil lantern. Okay, so the oil lanterns in this are broken. There. So this one has a lower deck and an upper deck. And then it has the full sails, which I'll just use to introduce it, and then I'll probably just delete the full sails because that's going to be a bit much to look at. It has a big captain's quarters, and then it has a lower deck. This is a good idea. This is a decent ship. This one doesn't have any toggles, so it would be this one here. Pros. It really is set up as a merchant galleon. It really is set up as exactly what I'm looking for it to be. Oh, it's a similar board. Cons. Could I run combat on this? Probably, but it might be a bit awkward. Okay, let's look at the last one just for comparison. Several things broken, but we expect that. Sure, open up URLs, why not? Does this actually have a boat segment? Or no? No? Really? I mean, yeah, it's a good layout for a boat, and it would work quite well for pure mechanics, because it's set up on a grid system, but this wouldn't really... This is not as engaging to look at. Also, what's this dude here? Just like this random dude? What are you about? Dude, buddy, what are you about? What's your story? What do you do? Fantastic. Yeah, this doesn't quite map onto what I was thinking. So let's go back to these other two. I think the Merchant Galleon is probably going to be the best, because it's not too big, and it kind of does everything I need it to. It does everything I need it to do in the sense that it has what we want, right? It has what we're looking for. Now, if I unlock this, how many things break? Oh, very little breaks, in fact. It even falls at to the right depth. Okay. We won't be taking the oil lamps. Obviously, they're broken. But this works. I like this. It does have the full sail for fanciness, and it does have a below deck just for, well, for fun stuff. Downside is that it doesn't have any cannon ports, but I can put some cannons in below deck, somewhere below deck, and have the party stumble across them. Have the party go, ooh, there's cannons here. Maybe this would be useful in case something strange happened that might require a cannon. Huh, that'd be interesting. So this would be more of a merchant vessel. I'd drop what used to be a combat vessel. Maybe you could say it used to be a smuggling vessel instead. It's got all the key points that it needs, and it's visually entertaining. Cool. Let's compare that once again to the first option here. This one does have the vibrance, which is eye-catching, and it does have the military aspect. It does have the cannons. Can I unlock this and have it break? No, if I unlock this, it breaks. Oh, it breaks because the cannons are separate. That's a non-issue. It does fall to a good depth. Wait, let's just get rid of all the cannons for now. If I need them, I can pull them from somewhere else. And grab this just as an asset and put it here. I can't. The biggest problem with this one that I'm seeing is that I can't remove the sails. If I'm going to do combat on this, even if it's locked, the sails are going to be getting in the way of the player's ability to investigate and plan around the combat, right? Last time you had combat on a ship, you threw a barrel at a monster to give yourself a ranged option? That's brilliant. I love that. That's actually great. Okay, so I like this deck better. I like that it has a mid deck, right? This has a mid deck, whereas the other one kind of doesn't. Does this one... Yeah, this one has the main deck and a below deck. It does not have a mid deck. Is that a problem? Well, this is going to be... They're going to be sailing for a while. Probably the entire first... probably the majority of the first episode is going to be sailing. I like that all the things are locked, I guess that's a pro and a con. I would kind of like to move the barrels, you know, to say, oh, well, I could place around the barrels differently for different combat options. Let's just... Sure, that's fine. Oh geez, I'm breaking everything. Oh geez, everything broke. That's fine, everything's going great. There's also this one here. Oh, there's another base here. What is this? Okay, I'm gonna save that too. Save object. Just relock it, okay. Let's save this base too. That way I'll have this object there if I need it, which I probably will. Where'd the other ship go? The ship exploded. Let's just reload the scene then. The other thing is that there's going to be a goblin vessel, and I kind of had in my imagination the dreadnought from Pirates of Dark Water as sort of my inspiration point for it. But I don't think I can find that. I don't think it's possible to really find that. So we're going to save this merchant galleon. Save object, merchant galleon, perfect. No, I already saved it, perfect. Glad I did that. I love that for me. What's in here? Are these different? Hold up. Are you the same thing? You are. Okay. Please stop exploding. Please stop exploding. Pretty please stop exploding. Thank you for... Are you still exploding? Okay, you stop exploding. Good. Fuck that. Whatever, we don't... Okay. Oil lanterns are all they broken? Well, there goes the ship. That's the downside to Tabletop Simulator, right? The downside to Tabletop Simulator is that there are janks and there are things that genuinely cause the system to detonate. You know? There, let's send those away. Select them, delete them. Alright, so if we add this ship here... Oh, but come back. Alright, that falls nicely. And this is more of a warship. This one doesn't need to have toggles because the enemies are going to be coming from it. But it's too clean, right? That's too clean to be a goblin ship. And everything else is oil lanterns. Let me search the Steam Workshop on Tabletop Simulator. I can also add my own assets, but that is more work. may just do a search for goblin ship. Hopefully I won't... There's a goblin shipwreck. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Ooh, a goblin trap dungeon. I might get some ideas for that. That may be some inspiration points. I might be inspired to see a thing. Let me just search for Dreadnought. And this is how I do things. So, oh, that gives me all Warhammer stuff. That doesn't actually give me, like, actual ships. If I just search for ship, what comes up? Here's one that says ships. I'm just going to skim these for anything that looks actually unpleasant. Battlefleet Gothic ship, that's probably a bit much, though. A car trading ship, that's not big or imposing enough. Spelljammer Dragonfly ship? No, that doesn't work at all. RPG miniature ships. I might work. I'll take a look at them. And this is how I do. I just search through here as an asset library, basically. This is using this as an asset library. And grab things that I think might work. Long Keel Karak? Ah, that's actually a very cool ship. That's more of a... Not really what I need, though. D&D ship attack. No. I kind of want a goblin ship. I want something that's going to be like a goblin or an orc ship. I'm not sure what search term what I could use for that. So I'm just going to skim this for a little bit longer. If you're not familiar with the Dreadnought, the Storm's Wake multi-level pirate ship map. Let's add that one too and get some ideas out of it. Cargo ship. Honestly, cargo ship is kind of the vibe I want, something that looks like it shouldn't be aerodynamic. But does not quite work. Sea Ghost. You know what? There we go. Let's look up a ghost ship. That might work. Something there. A lot of entries for Ghost Star, but that's not a thing. Ooh. Destroyed ship. Alright, let's go to sift through what I have in here now. So if I go into Workshop, here's all the ones that I just added. Let's check this Goblin Trap dungeon first, just to see if I have any cool ideas out of it. Several things are broken. That's normal. That's normal for any time you're doing this. I do need to build more encounter maps. That are going to be interesting, but ooh, I like I'm seeing. I like this. There's a lot of good assets in here that I can make use of. These are untextured because the texture files failed to load, but the model's nice. It could be retextured. There's little things like this little Dark Souls-esque bonfire, which could be used for future maps. I love this rusted piece of debris. And this rusted sword? Oh, that's phenomenal. Okay. Does this actually work? Does this dice strip work? It does. Okay, cool. Look what they did over here, too. I don't want to use this map wholesale, but I might in the future. I might actually just harvest this map. Because I like the way it's put together, and it would be kind of a pain in the butt to put together something this complicated. If I'm going to use something like this, maybe I'll come back to this. Maybe this could be an encounter in the future. Alright, anyways, back to things that are relevant to this. RPG miniature ships. Is there anything here of value? No. Way too simplistic. And this using a really weird background, but that doesn't matter because we'd just be taking the ship anyways. None of these really fit the imposing vibe I'm looking for. Can I... just delete? Delete and unsubscribe. Perfect. D&D Battle Map 18 Ship Battle. Lots of broken textures, a couple of broken models. Ooh, this one doesn't look bad. This is kind of the vibe I'm looking for. This big imposing ship over here. This one actually gives me a lot of flexibility for going onto the opposing ship. I like it, I like it. There it is. This looks right. It's a little bit more refined than I would have loved for it to be, but this is probably going to be the Goblin Hulk. Or... no, not the Longship. That's why I like these little boarding vessels. Let me grab them too. I'm going to actually make a new folder here, because I should. Right, let me go to first make a new folder here. Objects, saved objects, new folder, new world. For these assets here, and I also should make a new folder for dicing, sure. Because I have several dice in here. Makeda 3 should be in... yeah, I need another one for War Machine. Right. War Machine, take Durst. What? No, can I just drop this in here? Move to War Machine. Fafora, move to War Machine. Heroes, who it is in here? Right, that's another adventuring party. I also have some dice towers, a dice sorting box, which is actually very cool. Move Makeda 3 to War Machine. Move Resnick to War Machine. Sylvaneth to 600? What are you? Let's drop this down and see what's in here. What was in here? Oh, what? Wait. Oh, this was for a game. This is for... I forget the name of the game. Okay, that's something else. Okay. Objects, save objects. You can go to... I'll just put you in War Machine for now. That's fine. I have 2 temp bags. That could be literally anything. You can move to... I forget what Horizons is, but that sounds fantastic. Alright. Rollers. This is my Vanguard list. That can go to Vanguard. Alright. Cool. Alright, so what am I doing here? Is it this one, or is it that one? It's not this one for certainty. That's a weird little ship that I do not need. Goodbye, little ship. This one or this one? Let's put this on the board and see how it rests on the board itself. There's an overhead grid, which I'll be adding to this map anyways. I think the sheer imposing nature of this one, the sheer imposition of this one, has got to be the play. It rides too high, but it's supposed to dwarf the other ship anyways? And the fact that it's very concealed, you can't see inside of it, I mean, I can put the camera inside of it, but that doesn't really mean anything. Works better than this more open one, right? So I think we take this one. We take this and save object into New Worlds. And I'm taking these skiffs too with me. They seem nice. Save object. Why is this called a merchant galleon? No. This is a skiff. This is a skiff uncovered. always try Cursed Pirate Galleon. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let me do that. I think I have something good here, though. I'm just gonna do Cursed Galleon. Chinese Galleon. Actually, it doesn't look that bad for size and scale, but now I'm looking for... let's check a page or two of this. I think I'm pretty happy with this thing. This thing seems like it's going to be right. But let's check the other things that I've already grabbed, just to be... Alright, so... Storm's Wake, multi-level pirate ship map. Will that load? Maybe better for the Corsair over a Dreadnought? When I say Dreadnought, to clarify, I'm not talking about like an actual type of Dreadnought ship. What I'm referring to is the Dreadnought. 1 second here. Let me pull it up. Oh, I'm sorry, the Maelstrom. I can't search for Maelstrom, right? That's not going to be anything. Be amazing if it did, but negative. Let me just search for Dark Water and see if it comes up there. No, nothing. Let me show you a picture of the Maelstrom. That's a WebP. No one has ever wanted a WebP, Google. Why would you give me a WebP? Why do you hate me? So this is the Maelstrom. Look at that. The bone aesthetic. This thing is enormous. It can literally open up the maw at the front. Like, this part of the ship actually opens up, and it can consume smaller ships and put them into a docking bay. This is a massive boat, and I love the aesthetic of it. The bone, the sails, just the weird tail it has. It's a delight. It's just so cool. If you want to see more of it, definitely look it up. The Maelstrom is exactly the vibe I want to go with. It's a city ship. It's a ship large enough to... It's a capital ship. It's the equivalent of... It's a fantasy equivalent of a sci-fi capital ship. That's really how I would describe it. Right, what am I looking at here? I'm looking at a fairly nice ship. Yeah, they laid it out by decks, which is kind of more of a Roll20 style, right? Alright, so here's the actual main deck. Yes, this gives you all the different sections, captain's quarters. It's cute. Not really what I'm looking for, though. I want to something that's 3 dimensions. Yeah, they have a 3-dimensional model, and then... You know, I like this idea, actually, now that I think about it. It has a 3-dimensional model, and then it has these versions of it that can be... that you use for your actual combat, right? So you have a large model, then you have ones that are more functional for combat. But my aesthetic style, my brain, mind, think style, tells me... Where's Riverboat Attack? That it's going to be more fun to play on the actual ship rather than a 2D interpretation of the ship. If I was going to do a 2D interpretation of a ship, then I would just be using Roll20, right? That's not exactly what I'm looking for. 1 sec. My only concern about the ship that I have picked out is that it is a wee bit too refined for what I was looking for, especially compared to the Maelstrom, right? So that's why I'm going to keep on looking for a few more. Here's one called Pirate Ship. Oh, interesting. They have a sort of a scale style for the water. I already grabbed the water textures from the other place, and that's probably what I'm going to use, but... That's actually looks pretty nice. It's a little bit... I mean, it's cobbled together, right? These are just little individual components, but the way it's put together actually works pretty well. I do like that fire. Can I grab the brazier separately? I can... But the fire is a separate element, which is good. I like that, actually. I like this fire being a separate element. Where's the fire? Can I grab the fire-generating object? Alright, let me just save the brazier. I like the look of that brazier. I like it. I want to keep it. Now, this ship is not bad for my purposes. It's actually not bad. It's a little bit more cobbled together. It's a little bit more tattered. I could see this being used for the same effect. Not with the fancy stuff here, but can I move this separately? I can. Okay. Well, let's just grab the ship itself and unlock the ship. It's going to explode. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh! The ship isn't here. They don't have a shipped game object. They made the ship entirely wholesale from a bunch of smaller game objects. So you don't have a ship, you have these plates and these floorboards. Found it. Where is it? I see it. Give me this fire particle, please. Small fire, plain big. Saving you. This is the best thing to come out of this place. Now I actually have a bonfire. I love that. Can I change the size of it? Nope, it does not. It only changes the size of the game object that produces it. It doesn't change the size of the particles. So I can shrink it down really small. Is there anything else in here I could use? I don't really need coins or anything. Yeah, this mast is made of smokestacks. It's a whole bunch of these pipe smokestacks. Props to the creator. Genuinely. Props to the person that made this. This is a very good, save the cannon. This is a very good map. It doesn't work for my purposes. It almost would just because it has the design and the shaping that I kind of want. But it really, unfortunately, does not work. The anchor, though... Oh, it's just the anchor? This I could use. I could use an anchor. That might have some value in it. Harvesting ideas and components. Ooh, a water barrel that actually has water in it. Yeah, we'll save that. That'll be useful. Gunpowder barrel. Love it. Need that. Gunpowder 1. Perfect. Alright, so is there anything else I can harvest out of this? Hello, Tuzzy. Welcome. We have another brazier. We already saved the other brazier. Do we need 2 braziers? Probably not, honestly. Cannonballs. Yeah, I take the cannonballs with me. That's a stump. No, yeah, that is a... Okay, that's a cute little... Whatever you want to call it. Cute little lean-to, or... Kiosk? I think it's a kiosk, right? Save that as a kiosk. And that's a nice desk. Do I take the desk with me? I don't need it. I'll leave this map here. This is the same skiff that we saw in the other place. Yep. Identical skiff, so this is just a reused skiff. Most things that you see reused across multiple places in Tabletop Simulator are just free assets that somebody uploaded. And these bunks are pretty nice. I actually might keep this bunk bed. I might replace the hammocks that are in the other one with bunks. That makes more sense to me. There's a bed in there. Is there anything else in here? Again, props to the world builder, but this is not useful, right? You can't get in here. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. photo bucket. We actually have, that's hilarious. I love this for them. We actually have a texture here that was uploaded to photo bucket for an unpaid account, and the texture now has a photo bucket watermark stamp because it was uploaded to an unpaid account. That's hilarious to me. That is absolutely charming. And no sarcasm. I find that charming. These are all people who are doing cool things with free assets that they just like, right? Okay. Oh! Oh, I'm saving that. That's a potions chest that's actually is full of potions. Save object, potions chest. Heck yeah! So that's programmed as a container, and the container contains stuff. Just detritus. I love it. Fantastic. Are there any other containers that I should be paying attention to? I don't see any. Not that are noticeable as such. Usually the default container is bags, right? Could probably code the barrels to be containers too. Okay, I think we have everything we need from this. Let's move on to this destroyed ship. This one we might be able to find some interesting componentry in. Ooh, this is huge. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. I'm fully zoomed out. I am completely zoomed out and this thing is still here. Hello, mister. You are a random, what appears to be a Zergling. I'm going to call this a Zergling. That is just kind of vibing. Yeah, this is an unusable map, right? I couldn't use this map. But, how many components are there? If I just right-click on this... State 1 and 2? What is State 1? Disappeared. No. I can't actually quite tell. It reloads the asset, but what is the difference? Can't tell. Wait, let's unlock it and watch it explode. Perfect, love that. I can't even see it from here. Let's save the object. This is a wreck that might come in handy. Now, is there any other assets here that might be useful? What are you? You are just a red thing. I think it's just a thing that failed to load. Water inner is that. You. Oh, it's a rain generator. Oh, it's not a bad one either. I'll steal a rain generator. Oh yeah, actually I can. It's not programmed correctly. I can see that though. Yeah, the rain is literally falling sideways. If I flip that, will it change the direction the rain's falling? No, it'll make the rain fall from there. I'll save it anyways. It's a rain. I could use a good rain. I don't need these weird Zerg things. I don't need these weird barrels. Okay, so let's go into our stock table. And let's start grabbing some objects and seeing how they look in this, because I still want to use this. I want to use this as the default table for everything. This is the table that I want to use. And there's a couple reasons for that. The first being that, well, it looks beautiful. And the second being that I want to keep it consistent. I want every map to be built on the same table so that it has a inherent consistency to it. You know, every time the players are sitting down, we're not going from this table to another table. We're just going to be sitting at this table with different maps built upon it, right? Whether it's landfall or whether it's the water encounter or whether it's anything else. So, I'm going to save objects, go into new worlds. Let me grab the wreck and drop it here. It's going to be way too big. Where is it? Does it even exist? Hello? Wreck. There it is. Seems to be immediately breaking, which I don't love. Oh, there it is. Let's shrink it down. And then Yeah, if I do that, it's way too big to actually use. Let's give me a vision on it. Shrink. Ah, this is a completely unusable model, which is a shame. So it has... Yeah, it's too big. I'm fully zoomed out, I'm as far away from the table as I can get, and this thing is still dwarfing everything? And I can't actually manipulate it. There we go, there we go, there we go. I shrink it enough that it's not... Oh, it's still vibrating. There we go, I actually got a hold of it. Alright, so here's the actual wreck thing. Is this correct? Is this it? Okay, now we can actually take a look at it, and I rather like it. It has this cobbled together feel. Can I go into objects, saved objects? You can go into horizons. You can move into horizons. New world. Can I delete the wreck? And then save the wreck. Into new world wreck. Now, if I load this, it'll load at the right size. Fantastic. Okay, now I have a workable wreck. I like what the other person was doing with it, but it doesn't work for what I'm doing with it. Does this work as the Goblin Hulk? It kind of does. It has this cobbled together, broken feel to it. It's obviously destroyed, though. Is that a problem? No, no. It's a barely cobbled together Goblin Dreadnought that is just sort of traveling the sea and harassing anybody else on it. This works. I can work with this. Let's point the holes away from the player. Cool. Yeah, I can work with this. This is actually a very good Hulk Goblin thing. Alright, let's put this over to the side for now. Actually, let's just delete it. Let's just get rid of it. Let's check some more objects. This base here... interrupting on the candles. Let's shrink it down. Not too much. I don't know if it actually sits on this board. It's tilted. Smaller then. There we go. And let's lock that there, and then take the water texture. That works. That looks good. And... can't really tint it. It's not visible enough. How'd they get it visible on the other map? The other map just might have been brighter. How do I make this water texture brighter? Can't be color tint. Are there any toggles or... No, that does anything. I mean, it still works though, right? There it is. Oh, it's a lighting issue. Okay. So from this side it doesn't look that good, but from this side it looks phenomenal. Okay, okay, okay. Alright. I'll lock that in. Can I manually change its Z position? Custom? No. It's fighting a little bit on the... It's Zed fighting a little bit with the background texture, but I'm actually okay with that. Like, actually, genuinely okay with that. I do not care about that. Okay, we have this. It only looks good from one angle. If I go to the options for lighting, it has a low... We have a low light intensity here. If I add it light intensity, it does help. Ambient intensity doesn't help this. Wait, what? Okay, whatever. Doesn't change. Reflection intensity. Keep that maxed. Loot. Look up textures. Color grading. Alright, what's going to look the best for Oceans here? It was at 18 before. Skim this until I see something that makes the texturing pop. It goes all the way up to 50s? Wow. Yeah, none of these are doing what I'm looking for it to do. It's good that they have this, though. Ah! Perfect, ship it. I have no idea how many of these are. Oh. Oddly, the black and white filter makes it pop. Dithering also makes it shine pretty nicely. There, that'll get rid of that part. That's nice, that's nice. Options, lighting. Adding a bit more light intensity creates this sort of effect? No. Keep that fairly low. There we go, that looks nice. Ambient intensity. Okay. This one is at 110. Ah, there it is, 111's better. And again, from this side it looks even more better, but I'm trying to get something that looks good from all angles. This one works. We'll take this, we'll take this. Alright, objects. Saved objects. So we have the wreck. First of all, let's grab the merchant galleon. Is that the one? Oh, that one's looking real weird for some reason. Not a fan of that. Did I ruin everything with this somehow? No? Wreck still looks normal. Alright, where's that other ship? It was the merchant galleon, wasn't it? The one that had the toggles? No. I saved more things than this. Did I put it in the wrong place? Might've. Oh, there's the merchant galleon here. Yeah, there it is. Get rid of this thing. Get this thing out of here. Get it gone. Get it gone. Get it gone. Alright, so we take you and put you here. So here's how we look. Here's how we look. Do I work with this? I think I do. I think this works. The below decks here. Now, these are built on top of each other, right? If I change something in the below decks... Oh, right, because these are all baked into the model, I can't change these. I can't change these bunk beds. Okay. So here's a question. If I had a bunk bed here... Nope, I can't. Oh, really? Wait. Oh, it's locked. If I had a bunk bed there... Lovely. If I add... Okay, so if I change the form, it does break anything beneath it, and in a comical way. That's actually amazing. Okay. So, downside of the merchant galleon is if I use the merchant galleon, I have to use it as is. I can't modify the merchant galleon. Am I okay with this, or do I want something that's more modular? If I want something that's more modular, I will have to manually do it. I think the galleon does so much of what I want it to do that I'm going to keep it as is. Can I get a grid? Give me the visible grid. Can't I get a... No, I can't get a grid. Okay, whatever. This is fine. Let's scale it up a bit. So here's a question. How do I scale this? I want it to be big enough to have combat on, because I want to be able to go bonk, 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 and have this thing be big enough to imposing. This thing should be bigger than the other ship by a decent margin. So I just drop it like this. Yeah, that's the battle. This is the encounter. Gosh, I've already been doing this for an hour and a half? Golly. So if I take any model here, I'll let it finish loading first. Alright, so if I grab this Warlock and put him in here, they do still snap to grid. Okay, so even though we can't see the grid visibly, which is an issue for this kind of game, it is on a grid, so it's fine. I thought there was a vertical superimposing grid. Is that on something else? Is that somewhere else? It's been fun? I think so. I'm having a good time. Alright, so let's nuke this. That'll be added when the time's right. And I think this works as the ship. Alright, we need to get that Warlock out of here, huh? Where'd they go? There you are. Okay, so the players can use this. Unfortunately, I can't modify it, so I will have to tell people what else is there that they can't see. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. When it's introduced, it'll be large like this. When the players are looking at it, we can go below decks whenever we want, and we can change it to this view whenever we want. I'll have to remind myself to tell the players, hey, you will have to pick up your model anytime I change the state of it. Not a big deal. Let me add some fancy dust cloud. Is this what I want? Yes! Right, so if I increase the size of this, it does not increase the size of the dust. So I can make that tiny. You. Good, and on the other side too. That creates a nice ambience. Do the Dux Cloud have any options on it? Nope, just on and off. Okay. There's a bit of a wake. Alright, does this break if I change the scale? No. Fantastic. Okay. I like that. I'm happy with this. And then one more here, I think. Oh, that looks real nice. Okay. Do I have one more here? Yes, I do. Let's take this one here. Slide you back. Slide you back. And add one more here. Nice rolling fog / mist. Highlight all of them. Lock all of them. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now I know what is that rain. Where's that rain? Can I use the rain? I feel like I'm not going to be able to use the rain. I might have a rain. Do I have another rain? Hold on. Bags of effects. I have snow. I do not have rain. I do need a rain. Save objects. Where's my rain? There's my rain. The rain is absolutely falling sideways. The drops are sideways. If I can put it on its side, it might actually be okay. Can I manipulate it? Wait, is that... Yo? Do we do it? Nope. Gosh, this is so jank. I would love for this to actually, you know, work a little bit more reliably. Just give me the tools, game. Wait, do I have a rotation tool? I don't have a... Oh, I do. Never mind. Heck, okay. That works. How area is it? No, it doesn't work. It's falling from over there. So if I make it... if I put the raindrops upright, then they're falling all the way over there. Okay, so if I just switch back to the grab tool... The only way to place it is here, and the raindrops are sideways. I hate it. Okay. Save this. Save this as the Hyacinth, which is the name of the ship. Wait, nope. Before I save it... It starts with full scale here. Alright, so... Scene... Save game... The Hyacinth. I'll move these into folders later, or maybe I won't. I don't know. Okay, so now what am I doing? Now I'm going into... Back to Steam Workshop, and I'm going to look for some effects. Because I do want a rain. I want a heavy rain. Weather effects. That sounds promising. Miscellaneous effects. Let's check that out. Lighting and effects. We'll see what those do for us. Weather effect buttons. I know those are bad because I can see one of them is the rain one that we've already used, and the rain one that we've already used is trash, frankly. What is this? Julia box? Why is there... I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Oh, that's this person's calculator. Huh. Whatever. Okay. Alright, games, workshop, load in weather effects. I can remove the destroyed ship. I saved the ship. I don't need to keep the asset there. Same with the pirate ship. I harvested everything I need from that. This multi-level pirate ship I might actually keep because that has some cool ethos to it. Weather effects load. Let's see what this rain looks like. Pleasant. Is it? It is only going in one direction, but that's okay. Medium rain. That's nice. Heavy rain is just more particles. That's just additive. Max rain. That's a... Oh, it's also creating a bit of a fog effect at the bottom too now. That's nice. If I just click on fog, it creates a big old volumetric fog on there. Well, not volumetric actually, but a big old fog effect. And I can turn this, right? Yeah, I can turn that. Nice. A light snow. Max snow. So I can make a blizzard too. I like that. It says no wind. Let's turn both these on and compare them. Let's go heavy rain on both. Oh, that does have audio associated with it, but I'm happy with that, actually. And you can turn around. I don't see any meaningful difference between the two. There is audio associated with it, which I'm happy with, actually. But yeah, it says there's options for weather, no wind and mute, and weather mute. I'm happy with the sound, but I don't understand the wind. There doesn't appear to actually be any wind. Okay. Well, I'm saving this weather widget, though. Done. That's a nice weather widget. Miscellaneous effects. Let's see what we have here. I also need a tentacle. Ooh! Oh, I like what I'm seeing here. We have a really nice... What do you want to call that? Starburst? Yeah, we have some very stylish portals, circles, summoning circles. I'm just going to keep this one entirely and occasionally additive load it. What is this mage hand? It's okay, it's just straight up a mage hand. Ah, where'd it go? Mage hand, come back! Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so the mage hand needs to be placed and locked. Not great. Don't like the mage hand. Trash, get out of here. But I have these little flames. So I have mystic flames. Particularly... Ooh, check out how it looks when I move it. Okay, so that's a nice particle effect. I'm not tanking my frame rate by being in here either. These are the same thing, just bigger. Don't need that. Now here we have a rain. Rain with no cloud. Let's save the rain. See if we can do it. If that's a different thing. Save as rain cloud. And then we have smoke and fog. Let's save the fog too. I can make a lot of use of these though. This thing particularly I love. That's a nice effect. And these can be useful for future effects. Okay, so that's a valuable thing. We can delete the weather effects now because I harvested what I need. Let's check this lighting and effects button. Honestly, you say you could watch me build maps for hours, but not in a creepy way? I don't see any way this could be creepy. It looks like almost all these things are broken, though. Okay, what's left? Okay. Environmental dust? Sure, let's turn it on. A bit chunky, but not bad. Steam. That's kind of cute. Has the option of sound and no. Green smoke? Doesn't even have a toggle. Can't even turn it on. Okay. One ball lightning. Oh, wait, I have this from another asset. Not useful to me. 0 effect, 0 glowing icon, 0 fire flame, 0... Yeah, most of the things that were in this are broken. There's 6 fires, but I bet you that these are all the ones from the other place. Oh, never mind, they're just broken. Okay, fine. 1 white light sphere. Oh, that's actually just a source light. That's actually pretty handy. I like that. I can use that for some dramatic effect later on. Okay. Green light sphere, broken. Red light sphere, broken. Purple, broken. Yellow, broken. The white one works though. Broken. Spotlight, broken. No lighting effects there. 1 lightning effect, broken. 1 rain effect, broken. 1 snow effect, actually exists, but we have better snow. I assume. Well, seeing as it's not making any snow, I think that we have a better... Oh, there it goes. That's too light. We have a better modular snow elsewhere. Okay, so that light effect is good. Everything else is kind of either broken or trash. Where's this table? Does this table have anything of value? The answer is no. Okay. It's actually not a terrible table. I can see the table itself being somewhat useful. But I can't save it. That has to be imported from a base level, which means I can't use it. Yeah, nuke this. Delete. You wish you caught this sooner? The VOD will always be there. Everyone, keep in mind that, my streams don't need to be watched live. Like, I think my content is good. I'm proud and I'm, confident in my content. But I'm also confident that it'll be good even if you're not here while I'm actually live. If this is interesting to you, yeah, save for later. Check it out later. You'll get basically the full experience. But I'm glad you came by, though. This is Tabletop Simulator. I am setting up for... Where am I? There we go. Yeah, I like this volumetric fog. That's nice. I like that. I like that. What can I do with that lighting that I just made? Actually, I have an idea. Can I use that lighting for other things as well? Here's my white light sphere. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is, right here. So if I drop this here and make it a big old light source here, this is more useful in other areas, but... Okay. This one is actually angular. It wasn't angular before. Anyways, let me see if I can color this. Let me just drop it here. Okay, so here we have this sort of a nice little light effect. It's less pronounced on this map than it was on the other one. Yeah, Tabletop Simulator has a lot of depth to it if you dig into it, which is what I like doing. Alright, so this, can I change the color tint? Color tint, it'll probably just change the base, but let's see if... Yep, it changes the color tint of the sphere, not of the light that it generates. Okay, that's fine. Totally fine, but good to note. What is my wormy here? That's a wormo. I need a tentacle. I need a large kraken tentacle. I am terrified to search for tentacle in just about anything. There's one. Shadows of Brimstone. Looks like it has some tentacles in it. And let's just search for Kraken. Kraken arm, yeah, that's that's about what I was going to go to. And hello, slime, welcome. And good night, Juice Potato. Have a wonderful day. Arrgh. I'm doing wonderful. Alright, looking for Kraken. Oh, the Kraken table is actually just... The Kraken is actually the people who made this table. There's a logo. Yeah, this is actually a Kraken table. That I'm using, that's being used as the base here. But that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, that should be locked. I guess to change it if it's locked. Cool. This might have a tentacle in it. The thing is, what I have to do is I have to search for the board, right? I can't search for an object. I have to search for an entire board here. That's the difficulty, is I can't just search for the objects I'm looking for, I have to search for the board that contains the objects I'm looking for. These actually look pretty nice. Slightly different. Can I color tint these? No, I cannot. That's fine. I'll save these. These they're a little bit ethereal, right? They're a little bit opaque. I guess this one is. This one's solid. So we save this one. Tentacle ethereal. Okay, that's pretty nice. I think those are nice. We don't need this anymore, so we'll delete the jazz. Shadows of Brimstone. XXL enemy pack. Does it work? Nope, does not work for what I'm looking for. I don't even know what this is for. Whatever. We nuke that. The Kraken Nashtor. Ooh, we got some fun stuff in here we could probably use. Alright, so this is a really nice pre-set up battlefield. I kind of like... So this Kraken that I have imagined isn't actually visible, it's just going to be grasping the ship from beneath. So these tentacles here are the same, right? There's no difference between these tentacles. This is the same tentacle. Yeah, it's the same tentacle. I'm going to save this too. Oh. The description actually has... Okay, let's just delete the descriptions. Cool. Save object. Tentacle 2, sure. Can I color tint this? Probably. No, I can't. This is uncolor tintable. That's too bad. Still pretty nice, though. Is there anything else in here that's valuable to me? That's the same shikrak we found before. No, nothing else in here is terribly useful to me. Aside from maybe this little Abway boat. Alright, nuke this. And let's head on to Kraken Hunt. This is kind of what I expected, just simple tentacles. I'll save this here as well. Tentacle 3, good. I don't need the Kraken base because I'm not going to have the Kraken itself visible. They're simply going to have to free the Kraken from they're going to have to free the ship from the arms of the Kraken without actually fighting the Kraken. The Kraken is basically going to be an environmental tool rather than an entire, like... They're not fighting the Kraken. The Kraken is the conflict. The Kraken isn't actually the enemy. So if I go back to the Hyacinth, and if I bring this into combat mode, which is 2, I believe. Yep, there's combat mode on 2. What tentacles look good? Now I can't preset up this because the players are going to be walking around doing role-playing stuff on the Hyacinth for a while before the Goblin Hulk shows up. And then they're going to need to be handling other stuff as well. So let's go into objects, save objects. We have... Where's my new weather widget? I want this weather widget here. Love it, love it. How's the size? How's the locationing? Let's put it more center. Good. I can't change the size of the... Oh, I can! Oh, I actually can change the size of the raindrop. Oh, that's cool! That's a bit too heavy of a rain, but... If I go down to light rain... Oh, look at that! Oh, it's beautiful! Oh, I love this. I love this so much. Hello, Dirg. Okay, so if I take this... and I put it to fog, how does it look? Oh, that's going to be how it looks during the battle. Let me add a second one. Yeah, I'm going to add one of these with fog. Then I'm going to add a second one with rain. But a light rain. Medium rain. Look at this aesthetic. The fog is even creeping up onto deck, but like not all the way covering it, so you can still use it. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is phenomenal. And then if I scale this up, I can actually have this over encroaching the boat threateningly. Yeah, that's the right tentacle. I have these other tentacles. This one's nice because it's mobile. It actually has motion to it. Can I use these both at the same time? Probably. Do I want to use them both at the same time? That I don't know. I like that the fog also covers the base. That's a nice effect. Oh, no, actually, no, the fog isn't covering the base. The water is covering the base, isn't it? Maybe. I don't know. Whether... There we go. Now it's just on the ship. Oh, I love this so much. This feels so good. This is the type of creative processing that I enjoy. There it is. There it is. Alright, so we can do both these tentacles. Oh, wait. Interesting. Oh, if I lose line of sight to the base, the tentacle disappears? Is that what's happening? Is it an occlusion issue? Somehow that tentacle is disappearing. It's still there, clearly. But it disappears if I look at it at the wrong angle. Right there. Oh, it's disappearing into the fog. Maybe that's okay? Well, if that's what's happening, maybe the ethereal tentacle is better anyways. Let's bring this up. This was the right tentacle, though. Can I make this tentacle larger, though? What did I pick up? Okay, can I couldn't change the color tint before, right? No. Wait, can I do it this time? Wait. Did I just do it? Color tint, if I make it bright red and hit apply? Okay, that can change it a little bit. But it doesn't brighten very much. So if I change that to purple, it does purple up a little bit. Not a lot. Well, I'll probably leave it stock. I was just hoping I could get it brighter. I guess if I want that brighter, I need to go into lighting and just add more light intensity. Or ambient intensity, that's the one. Alright, so let's delete this entirely. Oop, what am I grabbing? Alright, so if I scaled up the ethereal tentacle, what does it do? Comes out menacingly. It does not hide when occluded. That's nice. The other one did, so let's test both of these again. So Tentacle 2 here is going to be the tentacle that's actually going to be attacking the ship. This is going to be here, pivot here. This is going to be the thing that's doing the damage. This one I could just have out as for visual effect. But let me try the non-ethereal one again, because this one was acting weird before. I'd rather have the non-ethereal one if it moves and wiggles. Okay, it's working now. Maybe it was just a glitch on my end. Before it was disappearing when I couldn't see the base. But nope, it's working, so let's get rid of the ethereal one. Yeah, it's getting lost in the fog a little bit, but it's still very much there. Okay, that's what it is. It's just getting lost in the fog, which I can solve that by making it bigger. I can solve that by making a bigger tentacle. There we go. That's kind of menacing and intimidating. I like it. And this one is here as a static tentacle. This one is here as the actual combat engagement tentacle. This is the one that's actually attacking the ship directly. And this is the one that's just there for effect. This is the one that's there for visual effect. There is a tentacle there that is just fancy. And another one that is mechanical. Then I can just copy this and add another one just to make it intimidating. Not like that. There. Now we have it. Now we have a Kraken ship. Look at this. Now we have a Kraken situation. Now we've got a problem. If you're on this ship, you're having a problem, right? If I lock the galleon again, yeah, the Kraken, this arm goes above it even when it has mast up. Beautiful. I love it. I'm happy with it. This will be the first big combat encounter and the first big one of the first big story encounters as well. And I think this is going to work well. And the best part is, or one of the best parts is, I can make this happen on the fly, right? Like I said, the players are going to be on the ship naturally anyways. And what I can do, what I'm going to have to do, where's you? Oh, yeah. So this will be the ship where the players are on it, right? Players on the ship, doop, hanging out, vibing, having a good time, whatever. Players are on the ship. When it's time for encounter, I will need a couple moments of setup. But I come here, grab weather widget, turn it 90 degrees this way, and shrink it. And then copy paste it. With the second one switching to fog. That'll roll in the nice fog bank. And then from save objects, I grab one tentacle here. Oop, I broke this thing. I broke the base. That's fine. We can just get rid of that for now. Don't actually even need it. Actually, I don't need it at all. And put this menacingly over the ship. That's great. If this should be a bit bigger so it's not resting weirdly. And then grab big tentacle. And then duplicate that once or twice more. Volumetric fog needs to be a bit larger to cover the map. It's the rain. There we go. So that's about, what, a couple minutes set up for tentacles? A couple minutes set up to turn this board into a Kraken encounter? That's just a couple minutes, right? That's a pretty quickly handled thing. Hello, Carolus. So, yeah, that's under 5 minutes setup as the party watches in horror as all of these things unfold. And then for the Dreadnought encounter, which is going to be in the same day, because they're going to have a day. They're going to be having a rough day. Then I just go into here, go into New World, grab the wreck, and scale it up to comical, to larger proportions than the other ship. So this thing, so this thing, good to know, this thing needs to have this mast down before I place the wreck. So there's the Goblin wreck, the Goblin Hulk, a hulking behemoth of a ship. Come in like this, lock it, done. Here's the encounter of being attacked by a Goblin Hulk, and then we have this. We're good. We have 2 big encounters on 1 map ship. That's phenomenal. I love this. Cool. Do I need to do anything else here? The other thing that I want to do... First of all, let me just load this stock. Let me just load the Hyacinth stock. Since all these things are going to... This is just how the Hyacinth is going to look by default. I want to also... Oh, I have my fire. I might be able to make use of this if they get in danger. Where's the fire? Hello? Where's the actual fire object? Oh, is it locked? There it is. It's locked. Okay. So if the ship gets on fire, then I just drop this. Okay, maybe not like... Okay, that's kind of cool, but there we go. I just kind of can drop the fire and bam, the ship's now on fire. I have that as an option if I want to. And I might. Frankly, that's a cool idea. I might do that. Okay. Then what? Then what else do I have for options? And that should be moved into Vanguard, basically. Kuliaku should be on the board at all times. Amazing. Is there anything else that needs to happen? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bow. I don't think so. I think this pretty much covers the Hyacinth. And that's going to be... Oh, multiple encounters. So the Hyacinth is going to have 3 encounters associated with it. The first day is going to basically be all role-playing. The second day is going to be the Hyacinth journey, and that is going to be a long journey that is going to have multiple encounters in the same ship. As in, the players are going to get to know the ship. This is going to be the player's ship, and they're going to be able to know and understand it, and its limitations and its features, ideally. I hope. So what do I need here? What do I need here? What do I need here? I need a thing here. What do I need here? I need a thing here. Okay, so where am I? Where am I? What am I doing? Wait, that was the thing I wanted to do. Where is the thing? Okay. Boat travel encounter. Additive load, which means... Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. No, that's actually not what I wanted to do. Games. Boat encounter. Search. Now I can just grab components from here. And what did I want to grab from here? It was the cannon. That was blocked by default, so let's grab a cannon, scale it up, just as a way of saying that, hey, there are also cannons and cannonballs on the ship. Hey, buddy, just so you know, these tools are on the ship in the hold, so if you want them... That's actually nice, some little woodsmithing supplies. Are there any other cannons I wanted? I thought that was a different cannon I was, like... Maybe it was on the different ship. Was it on... No. You search. Okay, I hate it. Thank you for doing this to me, game. A lot of these are broken. That's the same ship cannon that we just loaded. I thought I had a different cannon available. Where is... Pirate cannon. No. They would not use a wheeled cannon on a pirate ship. They would use an emplacement cannon like this. Those will be hiding in the hold. I wanted to grab a different thing, but I don't remember what it was. That's fine. This has a lot of stuff on it already. So what are the players' assets? They have access to the captain's quarters. They have the stow that's on the ship. As far as an encounter goes, let me grab a human-sized character. A medium-sized character. Okay. Oh, by the way, you should like the video or something, I guess. I don't know. Follow your heart, I guess. Let's grab this mouse. Well, we should grab a medium creature. Let's grab... Who's gonna be cute? You're a cute archer. Heavy lady? Don't mind if I do. So that's the default size. I like that size for the scale, actually. Note for this, I take it back. The size of the scale has to match that chair. That chair dictates, decides how big people are. So here we have this size. And this is what moving a square looks like. Okay, that's big enough for combat. Your heart brought you here? Aww. Okay, let's see. Alright, so that's that done. We're not going to go for too much longer. This was the big thing I want to do. Then I have the New World Lonfell, which is here, which will be good. The players will make this their own by adding in these components to the map once they arrive. And then I have the Elven Restaurant, which the game opens up in. Which, honestly, we good. These food plates don't need to be here. And what is this stack of cards? Oh, that's a spell stack. That's useless, but whatever. Okay. I think we roll with this. This is basically the first 2 episodes minimum. First episode... What do I use as a backdrop for the first episode? That's a question, actually. Just to show you some other work that I've done. Here's another cityscape. I showed you the blacksmith shop earlier, which I'm really proud of. And then I had some... Where was the good encounter? I think it was the goblin encounter that I was pretty proud of. No, that was not. That's pretty simple. It's not bad, but it's not something I dislike. But if I do this, I probably should increase the lighting, though. Yeah. So just mental note that I'll need to increase the lighting on probably several of these fields. The Ancestral Hall is pretty cool. I made this one for another campaign as well. It's a good vibe of creepy and interesting, with the scale fitting for a combat encounter that has a little bit of dynamics with these benches that would count as like rough, difficult terrain. This dining table and these coffins in the middle of things, kind of clogging it up. A little bit of intentionally a close-quartered thing, you know? You can never find a D&D group, every online one has fallen apart. That is the most difficult thing. The biggest enemy, the most difficult enemy in any D&D game or any tabletop RPG is scheduling. the biggest boss in any tabletop game is scheduling. If you can defeat the boss of scheduling, then all the other bosses and all the other encounters are going to be easy. Was this anything? Not really. Okay, yeah, this is a half-completed idea. This is just a concept I had that I never fleshed out. I'll worry about that once we get further into the campaign. I have a month's worth of content that I just created, and I don't know what direction the players are going to go once they get to Lonfell. So I think that once they get to Lonfell, where they're going is going to be up in the air, right? I don't know what map I'm going to need to make, so I will make it then. And I might even make it live on stream as well. But yeah, and I should make another, just a generic forest encounter map. That was literally the next thing I ought to do, right? Was it the... Hold on. Oh yeah, this is another really good encounter. There's the party. I like this encounter map just because the density of the forest adds so many good line of sight blocks, right? You can have enemies hiding, like actually hiding in here or something, right? You can have the enemies in here that the players they can ambush the players, unless they roll high enough perception to be able to see it through the trees. And I just think that this terrain is actually fairly interesting. It's not the best, it's not incredible, but it's dynamic enough to be interesting. And I added a soft snowfall to it too. You plan ahead? No, I prepare. Planning and preparing, I don't know. I don't know how to say words. But I don't know, no. I set up tools that can be used so that I'm ready for what the party does. The first session or two I can be fairly well assumed. If they decide they don't want to go to the new world, that's the end of the campaign. If they decide, if they come to this, campaign of exploring a new continent, and they say, we don't actually want to explore the new content, okay. That's the game. So I can be fairly confident that we're going to open in the Elven restaurant. I can be fairly confident that we're going to open in the Elven restaurant, where they're going to be pitched the idea of where they're going to, of the campaign, and then they're going to be on the Hyacinth. That's guaranteed, right? They're going to need to be on the Hyacinth for the campaign to work. For them to get to the new world, this is how they're getting there, and multiple encounters are planned along that path. And then when they get there, Lonfell will be another guaranteed section where the players will build this and place all the components that they need for the town. And I can be fairly confident again that the players get here, because if they don't, then there is no campaign. So then the players go to the mountains, or to the swamps, or to the forests, or to what area the players decide to explore, where they go. That I'll have to do on the fly. That I will have to determine when it is time to determine such things. That's when I'll need to be deciding, okay, here's where we're going. Here's what I need. Here's what maps I'm going to need to make. Until then, I have effectively the first two sessions, and since it's bi-weekly, I have the first month. I effectively have the first month of content mapped for the maps that are needed to run that. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll need to actually write up some stat blocks for the encounters, but that's easy enough. And then I have my gems. I'm just going to let you guys know right now that when you see these gems, you're going to want to be afraid. If I break out gems, all I'm going to say, without spoiling anything... Actually, do I want to use... I want to use green for these, don't I? A little bit of a yellow-green? Yeah, that's the better one. When I bust out the gems, this is going to be a notification to you, frankly, that things are about to get dangerous. And I'll tell you why. What this is a skill challenge. It's my own variation on the Obsidian skill challenge. Basically, you go around the table in either initiative order or not, whatever. There we go. And let's say this is the skill challenge here. Probably need more of these. What this right here means, is that the players need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes before they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 failures. This should probably be another green. And then we go around the table, and each player tells me what they're going to do to solve the encounter. What they're going to do to try to resolve the situation. And then they describe it. They describe, I'm going to use my axe to fell a tree to help us build a canoe. Or I'm going to use my Arcana skill to try to put out the lights in this stealth-based encounter. This is going to be for that sort of situation. And then on every success, the player gets to take one of these electrum pieces. And what these are, is that these are little tokens that the player keeps that lets them add a d4 to any of their rolls. Actually, no, they're not the electrum. The gold pieces do that. So it would be... There. Wait, it's interspersed in the middle. If the player collects a gold piece, then they can use that gold piece to add a d4 to any roll. Basically, it's a miniature inspiration. Instead of re-rolling the entire d20, you can take effectively a guidance, right? And say, okay, when the electrums are done, congratulations. That's one less moment. That's one part of the challenge that you have completed. Congratulations. You can keep it as a token if you want. When the golds are taken, you take the gold and put it in your player space. And that is now a piece of your inventory that is an inspiration. It's a mini inspiration. So you have to solve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes before you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 failures. And when you get to the red gems, if every time that you fail a check, I take away one of the gems. Every time you fail a check, okay, gone, 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 gone. And what if you lose a red gem? That means that there's a permanent fail state. Now, you can still need to finish the encounter, but something has gone terribly wrong, and nothing is going to truly resolve that. I mean, there's going to be some consequence, right? So if it's a stealth encounter and you get down to the first red gem, it might be that, I don't know, that a civilian sees you and walks away. You don't know what that means. You don't know what they saw necessarily. You just know, oh geez. When I take this, I mentioned that failure point happened. When I take this one away, that's the final one, and then you failed it. That means you have failed the entire encounter, and well, whatever. Guards are called. Everyone sees you. Something makes too much noise. Spotlight hits you. That's a fail state for the encounter. But each red gem that goes away is a linear fail state. That is to say, it's a sliding scale. First red gem might be somebody sees you. Second red gem might be a guard sees you. What do you do? Because that is something that you need to deal with. It's a new threat. For the tentacle, the first 4 failures are free. Then you lose some of your supplies. You take massive damage to the hull, and the ship is going to be damaged. It doesn't mean that you've lost. It doesn't mean everything has failed. It means that there is a consequence. It means that you have failed enough that a consequence has been earned. And then when the final one is gone, that's when, okay, then things are real bad. So the players take these, and then I take these if on a failed check. And the players have free reign. That's the other thing, is that the players have free reign to use whatever skills they want, as long as an individual player does not use the same skill twice in a row. So if player 1 uses athletics to try to, run through, to try to lift the bar on the door or something, cool. The next time that player has initiative, they can tell me to do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want, but they can't use athletics a second time back to back. And frankly, the more innovative the player is, the more the player describes what's happening, the lower the skill check. Seriously, GMs, do this. Lower the difficulty of the skill check with how interesting and engaging the player is making the event. If a player says, I'm going to walk in the shadows, yeah, sure, fine, whatever, roll it. If the player says, I'm going to, I don't know, blow out the light, yes, first time athletics, second time acrobatics, but that's going to, but the player still needs to describe what they're doing, right? If the player says, I'm going to use my acrobatics to jump across from one rooftop to the next, sure. If the player says, I'm going to use my acrobatics, and then they list like out a 5-minute description of what their action is, even better. Then their check's going to be easier. It encourages the players to take agency, not only in what they're doing and how they're doing it and how they're working together, but also in the specifics of the narrative, the narration of the event. I don't know if I'm describing it terribly well. I'm a little bit tired. I've had a long day. It's been a wonderful day, but I've had a long day. You want to play a game run by me now? Well, come by next week and you can watch one. Next Friday is going to be the first episode of this New World campaign. As I said before, we have a all-star cast. A friend of the channel, Polearm Guy, fellow Kobold streamer, Kobold Sprig, a delightful dragon streamer, Salazia Greenwood, the source filmmaker and Team Fortress animator, the Great Dictator, and sound designer for several projects, Magus Serling. They're all going to be here, and I'm proud to say that I'm friends with all of them. They're wonderful people. So we have an all-star cast of actors, performers, content creators, and cool people. It's going to be a phenomenal campaign. I believe it. I feel it in my bones. It's going to be a delight. So look forward to that, because I know I am. And maybe, just maybe, after the year is out, after so long has passed, we might get to the final battle. If that happens, look forward to it. Because this is a campaign that I have loosely run before. This is what the final battle looked like for that team, for those players. It'll be different for this team, right? Because I adapt heavily based on what the players do. But at the end of the campaign, this is what the final battle looked like. Players were going up against a multitude of Marut, Clockwork Titans, and assorted enemies, with allies including a Kobold army, Imustaltas, the Great Dragon, several undead that they had befriended the Necromancers of. This is what the final battle looked like for that party. This one might not even go in that direction at all. This might be a completely different campaign, depending on what direction the players want. But this is a board that I'm very proud of because of the emotions that it meant, because of what it meant to the players that were in there. But for now, I'm just making a couple of encounter maps. Encounter maps that will hopefully be used and hopefully be loved. And adding them in 3 dimensions... Come on, buddy. There you go, buddy. Adding them in 3 dimensions adds a lot of variance to what you're allowed to do, to what the players can do. And that, I think, is a big part of what makes a campaign interesting. Is, well, being able to do stuff. How's that for a lame note to end the stream on, eh?
What makes D&D interesting is the player's ability to do things.
Oh, you don't bloody say, Jade. Thanks for that. No, but, like, it's true, right? It's a game of imagination. It's a game where the players are going to be carving out their part of the world, and the better that you can facilitate that as the GM, the better. So having a merchant galleon that looks like this should be more dynamic, should be more engaging to the players than one that is flat, than one that's in Roll20 or something, than a situation that's not this. That's my philosophy. That's my style. That's my philosophy. That's just what I do. So, it's like I said at the beginning of the stream, it's my ADHD, right? It's my ADHD that drives me to do stuff like this, because I can't stare at Roll20 for more than a certain amount of time. I get bored, I get distracted. There's not enough visual splendor. There's not enough visual splendor going on for me to keep focused on Roll20 as a game. The people, yes. The campaign, yes. But my eyes kind of cross when we're looking at, a generic D&D 2D map for several hours at a time. So for when I'm running, I want to be using Tabletop Simulator, and I want to be doing fancy stuff like this. It'll be starting next week at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, and, well, I hope you all join us. It'll be a delight. Thank you so much for coming out today. This really just started out as me having a few ideas of what I wanted to look like, and you got to see my creative process, You got to see how I go about making this sort of map, how this sort of event, right? Turning it into a large 3D environment makes it engaging in a lot of ways. And I like it. And while this doesn't have all the tools that you might have in Unity, or this doesn't have all the tools that I'm used to working with, it actually has enough to make something that's interesting. And at the end of the day, isn't that the goal that we all have as GMs? To make something interesting? I think so. So I want to thank you all. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I will see you soon. Tomorrow will be... What are we doing tomorrow, actually? Probably doing something cool. We always do something cool. Oh yeah, join the Discord if you haven't yet. I'm active in the Discord all the time. Oh yes, right, tomorrow's the Illusion of Gaia. That might be the finale, too. We might actually be completing Illusion of Gaia tomorrow. That'll be super hype. And then... yeah. But yeah, join the Discord. That's where I'm the most active. I'm there most evenings. And follow me on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. I stream 5 nights a week at 5 p.m. Central. 5 p.m. Pacific. 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Depending on where you are. And I hope that you have a wonderful time. I love this shop. This is one I'm just so proud of. This little blacksmith shop is just something I'm just genuinely, overwhelmingly happy with that I made. Maybe I'll make the mayor's house like this. Maybe I'll make another one of these for the mayor's residence. Because that'll be a common recurring thing in the campaign. That'll be another stream. If people like this, I'll do more of it. I do these and I have no problem with streaming them if people are engaged with it, so hey, I could do more of these. Let's see. So if I'm gonna make Wait, let's load up this table by the stock table. Let's load up the stock table. You know what? No, I'm going to go a bit longer. I'll go a bit longer here and see what we do. I'm going to try to make... another building. This is going to be the inside of the mayor's residence. Those are peoples. Where's my non-peoples? Props and buildings. There we go. I just need a couple of walls to start out. Wooden. Where's my wood walls? Stone. I could do stone. Because I don't know what... that's fine. Yeah, I need some wood walls. Give me the wood. What are you? Are you anything? No, you're nothing useful. Do I have wood walls? There's some wood walls. No, that's not wood. I'm gonna need this bookcase for certainty. It's gonna need to be a lot bigger. Let's grab the things I'm going to want for this. Case of scrolls, absolutely. A food plate will be nice. That's a full house. No weapons racks for this. I'll add a wooden lamp on the outside just to be a bit fancy. But I need a wall. Give me a wall. Do I have a wall in here? Can I just add a wall? Hold on. Let me head back to Steam Workshop and check for walls. And just search for wall. What do I got? Okay, there we go. Wooden fence and wall. Perfect. So now I go to Games, Workshop. There it is already. You. Let me search you. It's just a couple things. Perfect. Let me grab this wall here. That's exactly what I needed. Excellent. Fantastic. Let me take you, put you here. How easily can I tile this? That's about as close as I can get them. That's fine. That will break. Undo that. This is okay if they're not perfectly aligned. I'm okay with this. I also have another lighter wall, very similar. Can I change the... Please tell me I can change the tint. Please tell me this is enabled for the tint. It is. Okay. Let me undo that. Undo button is horribly unreliable in Tabletop Simulator. Do not use it if you're actually live with friends, but... it's fine. It's fine for this. Alright, so what am I doing here? I'm adding this... You know, I can just make these larger so that they... There we go. There's the walls. Good. Good. Let's get you up to the same height. Looks like that's about right. Is that about right? It looks like it's about almost right. Is that right? Perfect. Okay, put it up as close as I can without knocking things over. Good. Increase the size a few notches until... Perfect. Okay. Turn this sideways for the corners here. I don't actually even need the walls, honestly. Maybe I shouldn't even have the walls at all. You know, I can't make windows in the walls, so I probably don't even need the walls at all. I'm just going to have the wall in the middle. Dividing this here. I need a door now. Okay, so I'm just going to abstract the walls on the sides. No, I'm not. Nah, I'm not. I don't have the inspiration for this now. I'll work on this later. Wooden lamppost outside, walls inside, just to create a little busybody room for the mayor's house with a bunch of scrolls and useful tools that this person is trying to use to manage the town as best they can. I will work on that another time, though. Okay, we're going to call it stream here. I will do this later, and I will almost certainly stream it, so please look forward to it. Like the video if you had a good time, dislike it if you didn't. Follow, subscribe if you haven't, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Cheers, friends.